You move into the number 5 spot. You got Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I love that pick for DP because when you look at Tampa Bay was top 5 in every single offensive statistical category, right? That was without Chris Godwin. Mm-hmm. They didn't even have him. And they were top 5 in every single category. And let me tell you this right now, guys. They weren't 5 in any of them. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers were a high-powered offense a year ago. Okay, I think that Baker Mayfield, like we've been talking about, he's a gunslinger. Okay, he reminds me a little bit. He's like the more polished version of Jared Goff. He's going to throw a lot of touchdowns. He's going to throw some interceptions, but he's a little more polished than Jared Goff. And I think that he's found a home in Tampa Bay. That offensive line is absolutely incredible. Tristan Wirfs is an all-pro guy that needs to be up for Protector of the Year. I think he's incredible. Bucky Irving, when the running game came along for Tampa last year, because at first they weren't very good at running the football. As the running game came along, Tampa looked dangerous, man. And if they'd had Chris Godwin, they'd have beat the Commanders in that wild card game. I promise you, they would have beat the Commanders in that game.
To be fair, Baker did cost them that game.
He did. But let's also remember this. That Baker that's Baker's second time in the light. I gave Sam Darnold this pass, and y'all know how I feel about Sam Darnold. That was Sam Darnold's first time in the lights, so I'm going to give him a little bit of grace. Not really, though, because the game before that was in the regular season for the division, and he also played like doo-doo in that one. But Baker Mayfield hasn't played horribly in playoff games. Now, he did cost him that one with the fumble, but I think that this Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with the addition of Mbuku.
Baker also wasn't on pumpkin watch.
Right. And I think that healthy Chris Godwin, productive Mike Evans, an up-and-coming Bucky Irving, and Baker Mayfield can prove he can do what he's been doing for 3 years in a row, there's no reason to believe that this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team won't be terrifying to play against on the offensive side of the football. Defense, it's another story, but offensively, they're very good.
Let's play the what-if game again. What if they beat the Commanders and they move on? They play the Lions. They beat the Lions in the regular season when they were healthy. I think they'd have got the Lions. And then they play us.
They wouldn't have beat us. Not in that buzzsaw we had created by the NFC Championship. I don't think they'd have got past us in Philly.
No.
Closer game.
Then the Commanders, absolutely.
I think so. Or maybe not. I don't know. Baker does turn the ball over.
And we were like hitting our stride at turning the football over at that point.
We started turning it over at an alarming clip. So I don't think that it's hard to envision us ever putting up 55 points on anybody. So let's put that out there.
That's fair. That was like an anomaly.
Yeah. Plus, I think the fans.
Hold on, wait a minute. I mean, we almost did it twice in the biggest stages that you could do it in.
Yeah,
it wasn't. Not and once, but twice. Because if you would have kept Jalen Hurts, like he said, is that it? We put in 55 on. Damn,
the Chiefs. Yeah,
hey,
they had
a lot of people
that they scored 22 garbage points.
Can we just acknowledge the fact that we went into the biggest game in our sport, the pinnacle of our sport, and our coach went in and said, you know what, Kenny Pickett, go take some throws, go in there and play some football. Biggest game on earth. And our second string quarterback was in there throwing. Our whole second string was in there playing like it was a high school game.
As close as we want to say that the game against the Rams was, that game could have also been a blowout. So we dropped 2 or 3 picks in that game.
AJ Brown dropped a touchdown.
AJ Brown dropped the touchdown. And it snowed. The snow didn't help us. Okay. I think the snow made the game closer than it could have been.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Mike feels very strongly about this.
I haven't said it on the stream because I've been just trying to I have so much love for people, but DP, I'm gonna have to say it now, man. You're making me want to say it. I'm gonna say it. Look, if it wasn't for the damn snow, that snow helped them tremendously to make it an even playing field.
I'm agreeing.
If it wasn't for the snow, it would have been another I don't want to say BTA, man. And man, I hope I don't get okay. It was going to be another BTA, man. A lot of people
too. We would have beat the Green Bay Packers by 2 scores if Saquon wouldn't have slid to the ground. He scores a touchdown on that play where he's going to the crib. Remember, he's going to the crib and then slides down so we can kneel and get out of there.
Yeah, I strongly think that. I mean, I strongly believe, again, there won't be that many sacks. Again, Jalen Hurts does not get injured. The game becomes a BTA. And yeah, I mean, if the snow literally helped to make that game close, and it's still with the AJ Brown drop, with a lot of things not going, it made the game interesting. And I love it because we won, but I also hate it because it kind of makes.
It creates because people love the hypothetical game, so it creates what ifs.
Yeah, and Rams with the
an asterisk by it.
Yeah.